Hello beauties! So this is the project that we are working on today. These are fingerless gloves that I made. This is a crochet project. I thought it would be good to post this video. Yes, I know I'm missing a fingernail. Popped off yesterday, didn't have time to replace it. But I thought it would be good to post this project because I made a couple things out of boredom. And I love doing crafts, so I just thought it would be good to share this with everyone. And I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and if you try it, post a picture and let me know if you like it. So we're gonna start off. I'm using some really chunky yarn, and we're gonna start off by making a loop. And we're going to take our crochet needle and we're going to pull the string through the loop. I'm going to try that again. Make a loop and take your crochet needle and pull the string through the loop. By doing this, you're going to start your project off, and this is going to be your base knot. And next we're going to start creating some chains, and we're going to, by chaining, we're just pulling more string through that loop, creating a new loop. And we're going to do that 22 times, or you can actually switch up the amount of times that you do it to fit the size of your hand. 22 was the number that I used to fit around my wrist. We are going to join our base chain with a slip stitch from the end all the way to the very beginning of the chain, creating a round for our base. And after we do the slip stitch, well, the slip stitch is just simply pulling a loop through the base and the end of the chain. And there is our base chain. So next we're going to chain twice to start our next row, and we are going to start a row of double crochets. In order to do a double crochet, you just wrap the yarn around the crochet needle one time, and you stick the crochet needle through the next loop of the chain, of the base chain. Does that make sense? And pull the loop through that first chain, creating 3 loops on the crochet needle. Then pull a loop through the next 2, creating 2 more loops, and then finish it off with 1 more loop through the entire thing. And there is your first double crochet stitch. So we're going to try that again. We're going to wrap a string of yarn, sorry, my phone is going off. Wrap a string of yarn around the crochet needle, pull a loop through the next stitch, chain stitch, then pull another loop through the next 2 stitches, and then 1 more loop through the next 2, finishing off that double crochet stitch. And we're going to continue this all the way around the base. I'm going to show that to you one more time. Wrap the yarn around the crochet needle, stick the crochet hook through the base chain, pull a loop through, and then pull another loop through the next 2, and then pull another loop through the last 2. And there you have it. We just we just stitched 3 double crochets. So let's finish that first row off, and then we'll move on to the next. So now we're finishing off this first row, and in order to do that, we're just going to slip stitch the last and first stitches together. And to start the second row, we're going to chain 2, and we are going to double crochet all the way around that row as well. And while I do this type of project, I continuously check it to see if it actually fits on my hand, so that, you know, I get a good fit when I'm done, because you don't want to always just go by someone else's pattern, because especially for like gloves or something like that, because the size of their glove might be way too big or way too small for you. So always double check, and plus your stitching might be a little different as well. So we here I have finished the first and second row, and for the third row I am increasing twice. And to increase, all you do is simply do 2 double crochet stitches in one place. So instead of going to the next stitch in order to create your stitch, you're doing 2 in 1. See, and you can see that right there, as opposed to here where there's just 1, there's 2 in this one. And continue double stitching all the way across till you get to your next halfway mark, and then we are going to do another increase, which is just 2 double crochets in 1 stitch again, and there is our second increase. And that is going to create, on my pair of gloves, 22 double crochets for the first 2 rows, and then 24 double crochets for the next. And I'm going to continue on with 24 double crochets for the next 2 rows, and then I am going to do the thumb hole. Again, here I am checking the piece to make sure that it fits properly, and I am comparing it to the first one that I made to see what I need to add or take away from, if anything. And it looks good so far. So now I finished the base, and I am going to start on the thumb hole. In order to do the thumb hole, I am just going to crochet around for about 18 to 20 stitches, and I am going to join those 18 to 20 stitches with a slip stitch, and that is going to create the thumb hole. And there you have it. We have created our thumb hole. As you can see here, I have kind of run out of yarn. So what I do is I just join the next piece of yarn together and kind of weave the ends of the yarn in as if they were like, it would end up being 3 strands, but I just weave them in as if they were one thick strand of yarn, and that hides the ends, and you don't have to go back doing it that way. You don't have to go back and, you know, stitch the ends in underneath. And here I am just double crocheting all the way around the thumb hole to you know, create that little sleeve or whatever you want to call it for that piece right there. And next obviously I'm checking it to make sure I have the right fit. And next I am going to single crochet around the rim of the thumb hole. Here I am starting on the rest of the glove. This is the part where the fingers are going to go through. And I am simply going to do double crochets, maybe 3 to 4 rows around until I get to the top, and then one last row of single crochet, and that is going to complete our glove. And here I am again checking my work to make sure that it fits right, and I'm comparing it to the first, and it looks good so far. I have a few more rows to do and then I will be all finished. I'm on the last row doing my single crochets all the way around. Again, single crochets, you're simply going through the double crochet, pulling through a loop, and then pulling a loop through the both of those. That's your single crochet. And I'm going to join the first and last single crochets together with a slip stitch. Once I get to that point, I have like maybe 1 or 2 more single crochets to go, and then I will be all finished. Okay, so I lied. To completely finish this project off, you want to weave in the ends of what's left of your yarn. In order to do that, we just turn our project inside out and use our crochet needle to pull the pieces through previous crochet stitches. And I like to do this in like a pattern so that it does not just easily unravel. And then I finally take it and pull it through one last loop several times until the ends are completely finished. And doing that also helps to keep it from unraveling. And I usually don't get my ends usually don't come loose on me. But that is the project. And finally, here are a few pictures of me wearing the gloves that I just finished, as well as a hood / scarf that I crocheted and a pair of earrings that I made. The earrings can be found on my jewelry site. If you check the links below, you'll see that there. And thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Have a great day, everyone.